Hi everyone, it's me, Justin Long. I just want to take this time to talk to you about something that's really important to me. I know that you know who I am. Everyone knows who Justin Long is, but no one can say one thing that they know me from. No one knows a single thing I've been in. I've been in a lot of shit. I don't know what the deal is. I worked really hard to be known by everyone, only for them to not be able to name a single one of my works. Come on, I was in Accepted, the college movie. New Girl, I know you guys have seen that. I was the love interest on that show. And then there's Alvin and the Chipmunks. I was Alvin for 4 movies. Alvin and the fucking Chipmunks. Why do I even need to say this? I know you took your kids to Chipwrecked. Stop lying. So you don't stay for the credits to find out who was the wonderful talent who played that talking chipmunk? What the hell's wrong with you? I've been in things. Seriously. Stop acting like you don't know that.
Hello, I'm Morgan Freeman. Justin Long is a great actor who deserves credit for the things he's done. One donation of 8 minutes of your time, staying for a single end credits of a Chipmunks movie, will help you realize that Justin Long was indeed in it. And you'll be like, oh, nice. Now I know something he's been in. Please, remember Justin Long. He's honestly a great dude, and I don't understand why people don't know what he's been in.
I'm Justin Long, and come on, man, you know me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the short news with your host, Alex Madore.
What is up, everyone? Welcome. Thank you for coming and listening to the Short News Podcast. I'm Alex Madore, and I'll try to go the whole episode without calling cheating women whores, even though that's kind of the textbook definition. I hope your weekend was relaxing and fun. Mine was pretty decent. I made a song and watched the Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight, which we can talk about that in a second. Jake, but let's start by talking about Jake. You know, I usually start these episodes with like, oh, here's what's going on in my life. It's like, what, do you care about that? Do you really care about what's going on in my life? This is called the short news, not the what's going on in Alex's life today. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just whatever. But anyways, so we should jump right into it. Talk about Jake Paul. A lot has gone on since we last had an episode. So Jake went on the Logan Paul podcast, or Impulsive, if you want to check that out. Defended himself and called out the victim, who is claiming he sexually assaulted her. He says he's going to pursue legal action, and he tried to make himself out to be the real victim, complaining about how there's now irreparable damage to his career, and it's not even his fault, and that he's famous and these things just come with being famous. I don't believe him, personally. That's just me. Like, when has Jake Paul ever been honest about anything? Literally never. Not once. I talked about this before. He faked an assault accusation in order to get FaZe Banks in trouble, even though nothing really happened. It was completely fabricated to sabotage someone's career. And now he's claiming that's exactly what's happening to him, and we're all just supposed to believe him. I wanted to know what people thought about Jake after hearing him defend himself. So I took a poll. Let me just get my phone out here. And it's finished. Yeah, the poll is finished as of right now. Here we go. So 58% said they don't believe Jake Paul after watching the new Impulsive episode. Only 21% said yes, and then the other 21% said we need more info before coming to a conclusion. which is a good answer. That's fine. I'll accept it. Um, so yeah, I took a poll, and Jake, the majority says Jake is lying. But I don't know. That dude needs to be investigated before he does any more harm to anyone else. Like me taking a poll on Twitter, that's a kangaroo court. That is a kangaroo court, meaning nobody has authority in this court here. Us talking about him on Twitter, nobody is actually going to do anything that determines like the outcome of these accusations being, something being enforced. None of us on Twitter have the ability to make any difference in that. We're just, we are just debating on whether or not he did it. And I'm on the fringe, I'm on the fringe because, I wasn't there. I know that accusations are made all the time, and sometimes like the smallest percentage of times the victim is actually lying, the smallest percent of times. Usually they're telling the truth. So that's why I'm more inclined to, believe her, because I don't want to be like, no, that didn't happen to you, and then it actually did. That's horrible because it was obviously a traumatic event. So I automatically, just assume, I guess, that somebody wouldn't be so heartless as to lie about something like that so publicly. And I think that she put a lot on the line by coming out and saying all of that. So I just I'm not I'm not one of those people who's like, "Oh, she's a clout chaser." She's not. I really don't think she is. I think this is something that she experienced. And whatever that means for Jake, I don't know. We'll find out. But he was not happy when Pete Davidson brought that up in his locker room at the fight on Saturday night. He was not happy. He was like, "You can't even joke about that, man." Like lunged at Pete. I was like, "Whoa, shit! Is he gonna beat up Pete Davidson? Holy shit!" But whatever. So the Impulsive podcast. Logan was like to Jake. He had Jake on the show to defend himself. It was like, "Before we did this, I made you swear on our mom that you didn't do it." Like, Jake cares about swearing on someone's life, even his mom's. Jake would let his mom drop dead if he knew it would somehow benefit or save his reputation. Jake would sacrifice his mom to the demons or something just to get a little bit more fame. Guaranteed. So, and he made a statement online saying, "As a mama's boy, I was always taught to respect women." Dude, shut the fuck up. No, you weren't. You're known for disrespecting women. You've mistreated so many women, not just Justine, and this assault situation. We did an episode last summer called Jake Paul, a character assassination, where we went over all the shitty things he's done, including being terrible to women. We know he's problematic and has a terrible track record, so someone with authority should be getting involved in making sure this either did or didn't happen. I have noticed that the people defending him are being much quieter than earlier in the week. But dude, if Jake ever hears this podcast, I'm fucked. I can't box for the life of me. I do plan on learning this summer, but for unrelated reasons, I just want to get in shape and maybe one day spar with someone, but I don't plan on fighting Jake Paul or anyone like him. He could kick my ass in my current condition. He's also like 6'1". I'm 5'7.5" and 140 pounds. Yeah, we know what would happen there. But I'm still gonna talk shit about what's going on because it's important to bring these types of things to the attention of the public. Speaking of Jake, we have the results of the fight. I fell asleep before it happened. I watched everything up to that point. So I watched E40 came out. That's where I was gone. I was like, okay, this is kind of boring. I just want to see Jake Paul and other dude fight, Ben Askren. I just want to see those two fight. And So I watched it in the morning, and holy fuck, I'm so disappointed in Ben Askren. Jake knocked him out 2 minutes into the fight. Ben is a professional fighter, and he got his ass kicked by Jake Paul, the YouTuber. That's really sad. You'd think the dude who's been fighting all his life would beat the shitty YouTuber, but apparently there is no God. And Jake Paul gets a huge ego boost after this victory. This is bad, dude. He was already a problem for society before this win. Now he's gonna be even worse. It was sad, dude. Really sad. Now he thinks he's a real fighter and not just some dude who was slinging merch to children for years prior to rebranding as the poor man's Conor McGregor. I was really hoping that when I woke up in the morning, it would be like Christmas morning, where I would get up all excited about the presents that I'm about to open, except I opened the gifts and they were all just Sudoku books. That's how this feels. I'm so disappointed. If Jake did the terrible things that Justine said he did, he shouldn't be celebrated like he's being. He was on like ESPN. It's like what's truly disgusting about this. And we've been talking about this kind of shit a lot, but men in power or men with pain, wow, I can't talk. Men with fame often abuse that power to take advantage of other people. It's not right that there's no accountability. It's actually scary because it means that people like this will continue to get away with doing terrible things to women and nothing will happen to them. I haven't heard about any investigations into Jake, and I haven't heard about any investigations into James Charles either. Why not? There's straight up proof that James texted at least 11 children and sent and solicited nudes. He's been exposed so many times in the past month. So why are the authorities not doing anything? The only person that's really been held accountable lately is Matt Gaetz. I feel like his career is pretty much over at this point. He's being investigated. His buddy is going to squeal to the feds about Matt's involvement in sex trafficking of minors. Let's get off the topic of sex offenders here. It's been a main focus for like a couple weeks now. I don't want this show to become Cancel City. But I've been watching all this white boy summer stuff happening, and I can't help but think that every summer for the last 200 years or more has been a white boy summer. So what makes this one any different? I'm honestly a little scared of what that means. Like, what kinds of white boys are we talking about here? Like, are other races like allowed to have a summer? What are the rules if you're biracial? I'm honestly curious because I'm half white. So, do I get full admission or am I only allowed to come on like Tuesdays and Thursdays? And are there free patois lessons from Chet Hanks? I want to learn how to sound like an old Jamaican man like Chet. I'm just picturing Chet Hanks like home alone for hours, playing Xbox and looking in the mirror. It's like, yeah, man, bomba clot, man. Like practicing, like, no, that wasn't good. Pussy clot, man, bomba clot. And his dad's just walking by. Chet, are you doing this again? Come on, I gotta go. I gotta go to Toy Story and shit. And Chet's like, bomba clot, dad, father. You go make the money. I can't do it. I'm just. See, Chet can actually do it. I can't. But he's funny. But I guess there are charges against him or something. Accusations that he was abusive to an ex or something. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but that might cause for there to be a slight delay to White Boy Summer. I can't believe that this is somehow, like, he's somehow from Tom Hanks's nutsack. I don't know how, but that amazes me. But I also wonder how I'm related to my parents. We're so different and never agree on anything. Like completely different sets of values, which I haven't really seen with other families other than like mine. Like I have some family members who have been through some similar shit where they rejected the way their parents taught them to do things. Maybe Chet didn't like how his parents tried to influence him. He wants to be a black man, but he was born a white man, the son of the whitest man in Hollywood, Tom Hanks. When Chet Hanks when Chet Hanks gets pulled over, the police shoot themselves. That's how white he is. What else is going on, dude? So I invested in Dogecoin. I put $100 in, and as of right now, it's up like $120. My investment, made $20. I didn't believe in Doge, but I saw how many people were jumping on the train and how much it was rising, so I did it before it got any higher. So far, I'm not regretting that move, but then again, what can you even do with Dogecoin other than invest in it, store value? You can't spend it on anything. There's no company that takes it as an actual currency. Like I said, it's just a way to store value and only has worth because people like it as a meme. But memes are super in these days, so if anything was going to succeed, it would be something related to the Doge meme. But I'll keep you guys updated on that whole situation. I don't want to say whether or not you should invest. I'm not someone who should be giving out financial advice at all. I will say that investing in stuff is a huge endorphin rush when the price increases, but then it's devastating when it falls. I'm just saying things that you probably already know. Um, yeah. So what's been going on in the news? I've been kind of staying out of it this weekend because I don't want to stress myself out more than I already am. We have a lot of companies pulling out of Georgia due to the new law that was enacted, which would make it more difficult for people in marginalized communities to vote. A total violation of voter rights for the American people, for people in Georgia. The MLB. So the MLB will no longer be hosting the All-Star game in Georgia in an act of solidarity against Georgia's decision. There's plenty of other corporations, businesses also pulling out of the state. And of course, Republicans aren't happy about that and want to punish these corporations any way possible that they can. So let me get this straight. They don't want to make the corporations pay more taxes, but they're willing to punish them for standing up for people of color, keeping their voters' rights. It just looks to me like Republicans are trying to sabotage specific groups of people in this country in order to rig elections in the future. They don't like the fact that they lost big time in Georgia to the Democrats, and they need to rig the system in order to even have a chance at winning next time. It's fucked up because it feels like there's nothing that can be done to change it. So now voters in Georgia have to show voter ID in order to vote, something which hasn't been a thing and no one has to go through anywhere else. When I vote, all I have to do is give my name and address, and they let me in to vote. I don't know why they need to do this. It really just seems like they're bitter about being losers. Like, the issue with requiring voter ID is it makes voting less accessible to people who aren't able to get any form of ID, which you may be wondering, why is that so difficult for people? It requires knowing how to get an ID. It requires having the money and access to be able to travel to get the ID. It requires knowing how to sign up, and signing up for this shit isn't easy. Like, you got to go on the computer. You have to own a computer and have internet, which isn't everyone. I know that sounds crazy, but like that, there are a lot of people that don't even have homes. So how are they going to have internet? And so them doing this makes voting less of a right and more of a privilege by putting a paywall and hurdles in front of access to voting. It's obvious that Republicans are doing this because they don't want Democrats to have a chance at winning. And they can't play by the rules, so they need to change the rules to better benefit them at the cost of silencing people who are unable to get IDs, people who are already being silenced enough. Voter IDs were used to prevent black people from voting. That was in the 1800s. We're better than that. Why are we resorting back to something that has a history of oppressing people of color and silencing their voices on who they want elected into office, who would best benefit them? Their voices fucking matter. A lot. Republicans act like they can just erase black people and then all their problems will be solved. That's not how this fucking works. And the fucking idiots who are trying to justify the killing of 13-year-old Adam Toledo, Sean Hannity calling him a 13-year-old man on air instead of a 13-year-old boy like he actually is. And then they call Kyle Rittenhouse, who's 17, they call him a 17-year-old boy, a little boy, and 13-year-old Adam Toledo a man. Do you see what's going on here? They're making people of color into the victims and saying this is why we're killing them, and you should be okay with that. Well, I'm not fucking okay with that, assholes. The head of the Chicago Police Union was talking to Chris Cuomo, who in my opinion is a fucking little bitch who didn't grill this asshole on why he was justifying the killing of a child. These police officers, these Republican police union leaders, they're smug assholes deciding who gets to live and who doesn't based on appearance and color of skin. Like, you shot and killed a child, everyone fucking saw it, and now people are pissed. Good fucking job, Officer Dipshit. These white Republicans are literally letting kids of color get murdered in the streets by gaslighting the public for being upset about said murdered kids. I don't even know what can be done about it. I try to tell myself they aren't the problem, the Republicans, but for real, the Republicans are the problem in this country. They're the reason we don't have human rights for everyone. They're the reason only a small portion of the country has all of the money and everyone else is poor. They're the reason cops can go around abusing their power to oppress black people. Why are we fucking allowing this to happen? Republicans need to be a thing of the past, and they need to have less control than they currently have. Like, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Bitch Tits were the only two people who voted against a bill which would help leukemia patients. They tried to fucking deny leukemia patients of the right to be treated and the right to survive. Only the two of them, only them. Other than them, even the other Republicans. It was a unanimous vote. This is what I mean about certain Republicans causing nothing but harm. Those two just want to watch the world burn. Why would you even vote against that? Leukemia patients? These two, they're idiots. And they think they're actually smarter than everyone else and act like they are. But they're the most uneducated, ignorant people to ever be in government. And we had Trump as a president for 4 years. And I'm still saying that they're the worst, that Marjorie and Lauren are the worst. They legitimately want people to die. People who are already struggling enough. And of course, Ted Cruz has a lot to say about these social justice and human rights issues, mostly in the forms of complaints to the white supremacist Minecraft Steve known as Sean Hannity. A few days ago, Ted went on Hannity's show to talk about the recent police shootings and protests against the police as a result of it all. Why are you going to complain when there has blatantly been injustices done here? But we need to know what he's saying and to point out how foolish he's being, because that's what we do here. So let's roast Ted Cruz again, like we always do. Oh shit. That was the wrong tab. That was completely the wrong tab.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Okay, sorry. I love this soundboard.
It was a soundboard. That's what it was. It wasn't
If Ashley hears us later, she's gonna be like, "I don't get it. Why is that drum beat freaking you out?" Oh, no reason at all. Nothing. You wouldn't get it. I'm glad you don't get it. That's honestly, that's a good thing. Thank you for not getting it. Okay, here we go.
Major League Baseball accountable by moving it to increase its antitrust scrutiny after the league pulled the All-Star game from Georgia, moved it to Colorado. Ironically,
This is just retaliation, Ted. What you're doing is retaliation. They made a statement. Now you're trying to use the law to fuck them over.
Georgia's new law is far more inclusive than what they have in Colorado or Delaware or New York. And with reaction, Senator Cruz, Senator, I'd be negligent if I didn't ask you about what's unfolding in Minnesota tonight again. And now they have a mayor talking about taking away non-lethal alternatives for police.
Well, obviously what's unfolding in Minnesota is horrific, and the violence that we're seeing has a potential to spill out and get out of control. It began with what now appears to be a tragic accident, and an accident where a man's life was taken through a mistake. Unfortunately, in the course of interactions with law enforcement, sometimes there are accidents that occur. But
it was just an accident. He made a whoopsie. Or she, is this the Kim Potter? Yeah. Oh, well, she made an accident. She made a little whoopsie. What are you gonna do? Fucking killed a kid, but what are you gonna do? 20-year-old life just gone. But you know that those are the mistakes that you make when you're a cop. That's just what happens. There's nothing you can do. There's no need to protest. Just you gotta let the cops keep killing these kids, because it's what we gotta do. You know, Sean. When I lost my testicles back in 1999 during the Special Olympics, because, being this ugly counts as a disability, I lost my testicles in that accident, and I realized to myself, Teddy, why does anybody feel like there's any injustices being done upon them? Nobody has any need to protest, because at least they have their testicles still. I do not. It was a terrible, terrible pole vaulting accident where I did not make it all the way up, and my pole went up my ass and out my testicle sack, and they just came out. They just popped out. It was a terrible, terrible situation, Sean. But anyways, let's get back to oppressing minorities.
But this is a situation where the racial powder keg that we see the left willing to light the fire of. And
the racial powder keg? You mean one of the main reasons why this person is now dead and not just pulled over like a regular traffic stop, dude?
And incite violence, incite murders that we saw all across the country, murders of police officers, fires and burning of stores is wrong, and it's horrific. The shooting needs to be fully...
But burning of stores is wrong. I was trying to go to fucking... Where would Ted go? I was trying to go to Outback Steakhouse, trying to have a good, authentic American Australian meal at Outback Steakhouse by myself, because, I asked my children, do you want to come with Dad with Teddy? Well, they don't call me Dad, they call me Teddy. So I was like, do you want to come with Teddy? Go to Outback Steakhouse for an authentic Australian American meal. And they were like, Teddy, we don't give a fuck about you. You go by yourself. We'll see you some other time, maybe, when we give a shit. So I went to Outback Steakhouse, and I go there, and I'm just sitting there minding my own business, and all of a sudden, they're telling me, sir, you have to put on a mask. And I'm like, no, I do not. No, I do not. That is against my rights to have to wear the mask. And they're like, sir, okay, you have to leave. You cannot have this wonderful Outback Steakhouse meal that you ordered. Goodbye. So I left because, I'm not going to fight back. I have no testicles, so obviously there's nothing I can do. But, what I did do was I went back home. I went here to Fox News, and I came here to complain about black people. And that is what I'm doing right now. Because as Ted Cruz, you got to be the guy causing all the problems. And then you run away from the problems that you caused. Go to a different country, a warmer one preferably.
Investigated. It needs to be gotten to the bottom of why that happened. But the answer is not engaging in violent riots, and there are a whole lot of Democratic politicians who celebrate and encourage this kind of...
So what are people supposed to do? Fucking sit at home and knit? Really? What are people supposed to do? How are they supposed to react to this? They're supposed to be happy? They're supposed to say, oh, well, the cop did what he had to do. Oh, the cop did... That's you, Ted, sucking the police off. Ted Cruz. Well, That's Ted Cruz. Oh, well, officer, well, I would very gladly...
Well, you know, Donald, I would like to suck your ball.
That's Ted. That's Ted Cruz right now.
Lawlessness and resort to violence, and it has become a central part of the Democratic Party.
You know, I want
Violence
to go
has
to.
become a central part of the Democratic Party, even though I am known for cooking bacon off my machine gun. And I'm known for being pro-gun, and that everybody should be allowed, well, a gun, and police officers should be allowed to kill whoever they want, but the Democrats are the ones doing the violence.
The Georgia election law for this reason. I mean, the president now has called it Jim Crow 2.0 twice. He's been in politics over 50 years. Georgia's election laws, as the reforms go in place, are much more accessible to everybody in Georgia than the very rigid laws which we've gone over in deep detail, for example, in Joe's state of Delaware. Now, if he's going to claim Jim Crow 2.0 in Georgia, why didn't he lift a finger in Delaware? And why was he partnering with the former Klansmen to stop the integration of public schools? Because he didn't want them to become racial jungles, as he said.
Well, that's the old Joe. Listen, that is a big reason why a lot of my lefty friends did not vote this past year. Which, yes, I think is ridiculous, but hey, we won, so whatever. Joe is an old man. Joe is 78, right? He's around during the Jim Crow era. He's a relic. So, you know, he's not going to have the most progressive beliefs. I think people are expecting this super old guy to be this progressive hero, and it's not going to happen. He's not. He's like a moderate. If it were 20 years ago, he would not be in support of like gay marriage and things like that. No Democrat was. So like it was, I'm not saying it's right. I'm definitely not saying it's right. The right thing was to integrate the schools properly and safely. And not to call it a racial jungle. That's a little bit insensitive, Joe. So, you know, these are good points by the right-wingers here, but they don't prove anything because that's not what Joe is doing right now. Joe is now, you know, years later, president and wants to make changes. And yes, he's complaining about this new law. I don't know what the laws are in Delaware when it comes to voting. I don't. Maybe I should do my research on that. But the fact that he is standing up for human rights should not be a problem. And Ted is only triggered by the racial jungle comment because that suits his platform and what he wants to happen. So, there you go. There's that. We're not done, don't worry.
Look, you're exactly right. Joe Biden, unfortunately, has a long history of engaging in race baiting and inciting racial conflict and divisions. And in a prior election cycle, he went before the NAACP and he said, they're going to put you back in chains, which is incendiary. It's a grotesque lie when he accuses anything he dislikes.
Did he really say that? Joe, no. That's as bad as Ted. They're gonna put you in chains. They're gonna put you back in chains. The whole room is like, oh, like, wait, no, it's figuratively. Relax. I didn't mean that. I didn't realize that was so insensitive. I'm not a very smart man. I don't know where I am. That's my Joe Biden. You're welcome, Ted. See, I make fun of everyone. I know Joe Biden doesn't know who he is at this point. Like, I woke up this morning and I was like, what? Where am I? What is this place? And my wife was like, Joe, you're in the White House. And I was like, what? The what? Yes, I know it's a White House, but where are we? Where am I? Where's No, I don't know.
Likes of being the new Jim Crow. Somehow Joe Biden never seems to acknowledge that Jim Crow laws were written by Democrats. The Dixiecrats were Democrats. Bull Connor
was that prior to the Southern switch-up, though? Republicans like to say things like, "Oh, Lincoln was a Republican. See, the Republicans were the ones that cared about black people." It's like, you guys are not taking into consideration the Southern switch-up, which the parties essentially switched sides. Like, the Democrats became the good guys, the Republicans became the greedy bad guys. That's what you need to know about that. That's what happened. The policies all changed. Now it's confusing, and Ted can say things like that, and some people will believe him because technically it is the case.
Was a Democrat. The founders of the Ku Klux Klan were Democrats. And you don't have to go back.
What are they now? You're not taking into consideration the switch. KKK are definitely not Democrats these days. If you look at current politics, Ted, and not fucking American history from 1800. They're going back to the 1800s with these voter IDs. Oh, you need to have an ID. You need to have a documentation to prove that you're worthy of voting. Fucking asshole.
Back 100 years to find that. Joe Biden, a decade ago, gave the eulogy for a grand cyclops of the Ku Klux Klan, Robert Byrd, the majority leader of the Democratic Party. Joe Biden, a decade ago, was willing to celebrate his life, an avowed Klansman. And so the history of racial bigotry on the Democratic side is horrific. And now,
I mean, neither side has a good track record when it comes to dealing with race and racial sensitivity and those types of things. The Democrats at least pretend like they care about that kind of stuff. They take it too far sometimes, but like they mean well and they're doing the right thing. And they're as greedy as the other side too. But the Republicans, they don't even pretend to care about you. They're just like, fuck you, fuck everything. I'm gonna push you down the fucking stairs and you can't even get health care after I do it. So fuck you. That's Republicans. So I take that, knowing that about the Democrats and Republicans, and I think to myself, okay, which one would I rather align myself with? Because unfortunately, it is a two-party system. The league is only the Yankees and the Red Sox. Which one are you going to be? I'm going to pick the Yankees immediately, of course, because they're not because the Yankees want people to have health care. That's a good one. The Yankees are the Democrats in this case. I'm sure they're very corporate and a lot of them are conservative, but in this case, they're the good guys, the Democrats. In this metaphor that I am trying to paint here. I got a notification. What is it? Crypto. What's going on? Hey, how you doing? It's your old buddy Tony Salome, here to talk to you about a great deal I have for you this holiday season. Due to sketchy circumstances which I would rather not disclose, I have taken complete control of the Fairway Fish Market here off the Hudson. Please don't check in the Hudson River, though. There's no bodies. Forget about it, please. Here at Salome's Fish Farm, we got the best fish you could ever ask for. We got this big one with eyeballs over here. We got these lobsters, which are still alive, so you can live out your trauma-fueled fantasies and torture them by boiling them to death before you make some great out-of-season seafood. Over here, we've got the only payphone left in New York, and you're damn right it charges you $10 a minute, so make all your drug deals with us and make sure you bring change, because time flies. And in the back over there, those are guns. Yeah, we sell those too, if you want to talk about that off camera. Anyways, stop down here off the Hudson River and bring your appetite and some money, Come on down to Salome's Fish Farm. Get all the fish your heart desires. No vegans allowed. Also, Adrian Brody, please stop having sex with the fish in my fish market. They're for eating. I give those away after. Come on. Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yeah, Dogecoin is going to the moon, people. My reflux is coming up.
Now, the Democratic Party, whenever they have a political
fight,
they immediately try to inflame racial division. So with the vote,
it does have to do with race. Why is this never happening to white people? That's the question you have to then ask and actually think about, Ted, is why is this not happening to white people? Why do we not hear about those things happening? Why is it not police brutality against all people? Why is it that so many people have noticed that there's injustices being done to a specific race of people by the police over and over again, and only them, not the white people? So, like, obviously something is up there having to do with race. There's a bias there, whatever you want to say it is. And it's fucked up and it needs to stop.
voting law in Georgia. The voting law in Georgia is designed to protect the right to vote, to protect the integrity of the right to vote. And Joe Biden and Democrats are lying about it. And they know they're lying about it, but they also know the compliant press. You know, I watched the piece you just did with James O'Keefe on CNN. CNN's not going to cover the truth. They're going to repeat the lies because that's what propaganda outlets do. But, you know, it was
like
amazing.
Fox News, Fox News, which you are on right now, isn't propaganda and bullshit. That's their main export, is propaganda and bullshit. Everything they say is a lie, just to stir up like 60-year-old white men and get them like all pissed off in their kitchen what do white men do? While they're eating berries. I don't know. Fucking eating berries. That's a pretty white thing. Because like berries are fucking expensive, dude. Maybe if berries were a little bit cheaper, more people would be eating healthy. That's a different story for another day. That has to do with berries. We're talking about human rights and not getting shot for being a certain color. And Ted wants to talk about everything but that. Oh, they just want to talk about race. The Democrats just want to talk about race. I don't know anything. I'm colorblind. I don't see race. What are you talking about? Even though it's very obvious that something is wrong here. I really dislike a lot of people, but not the same way that I hate Ted Cruz. He says such insensitive and horrible things, but they're coming from the most non-threatening little blob in all of the country. The dude needs to be voted out. He's a phony, a liar, a piece of shit, and well, I mean, that pretty much covers it. Yeah, a piece of shit. And I really hope that people can see past all the bullshit and understand that these police shootings did not have to happen. The solution isn't killing people. The solution is police reform, putting more money into enriching minority communities and putting less money into military gear for street cops. That would eliminate the need for lethal force to be used. There would be no conflict if everyone was getting access to the services and goods that they needed in order to live properly. We shouldn't be punishing people with more suffering because they're already suffering. We should be making sure that they have what they need so no one feels the need to turn to a life of crime. Making things worse for people will only make the problem worse. Obviously, American policing is more focused on punishing and killing people than keeping communities safe and protecting everyone. The people who are protesting don't want to abolish the police. They want to hold them accountable. Make sure they stop fucking murdering innocent people. Oh, but Alex, the 13-year-old boy had a gun. Okay, so then you should be asking the question, what is wrong with society where a 13-year-old feels obligated to join a gang and carry a gun? But Republicans don't like asking those types of questions because it involves being sympathetic towards people that they don't like. If they really wanted to get rid of crime, then they would need to focus on enriching the communities where these kids are joining gangs because obviously they need some sort of protection or money. They're deprived of basic necessities for a decent quality living. So the only choice is breaking the law. We should be helping them get that better quality of living because they're at a serious disadvantage compared to everyone else that needs to be taken into and that shit needs to be taken into consideration. And that's easier said than done. It's hard to get these Republicans to change their minds, and it's hard to get the Democrats to really fight for this shit until it gets done. Like, I can't believe people in my family actually complain about struggling Americans receiving unemployment benefits. What are they supposed to do during a deadly virus? Find some dangerous job, put themselves at risk, and die while you do nothing? You're safe. Why don't they get to be safe? First of all, the job market sucks. Secondly, the shit has been dangerous now for over a year. And third, vaccines still aren't going into enough arms for us to achieve herd immunity, to return to a normal life, and people get people fucking working again. People who were already in poverty are in even more poverty because of COVID. What are they supposed to do? Seriously, it makes me so mad because what these conservative, pretentious pieces of shit want is to stay on top, but not share that wealth with anyone else. They want to be the ones that own the world, and everyone else is supposed to bow down to them and break their backs to earn crumbs compared to what they're making. Some people make more on unemployment than they were making at their jobs. Okay, so they should be getting paid a fucking living wage at their jobs then. That would get rid of that issue. What, they don't deserve a living wage? Is that what these people are trying to say? Why don't they deserve a living wage? Seriously, they're like you and me, right? Why do you think they don't deserve a living wage? Why do you think you deserve a living wage and they don't? Just because they might not be the same color as you and you don't like them because of that? If it's not that, then why don't you want those people specifically to be able to survive in America the same way as you? It's the same people that complain that, oh, black people are out there killing each other and use that to justify violent police intervention in cities like Chicago, instead of trying to save those communities where the violence is happening through programs like, wait, what am I saying here? Instead of trying to save the communities where the violence is through programs that would make living conditions better for those people who reside in those places. They endlessly blame the victim, and it's disgusting that they're so happy to kick people when they're already down. Fuck the conservatives. They legitimately want people to drown in poverty while they live lavishly. This isn't some communist shit either, so shut the fuck up about that. This is about human rights and making sure people aren't starving and without basic necessities in this country, which conservatives claim is the greatest country in the world. So why do people feel the need to turn to breaking the law out of desperation as the only way they can afford to get what they need? Why are people being paid $7 an hour while others are making millions of dollars? That doesn't really sound like the greatest country in the world. That sounds like a pretty decent place for some people, but really shitty for the rest. I don't know, that's just me. I'm getting really heated about this, but there's a lot of injustices being done here, and the Republicans want to kick people who are already down and make them think they're the ones doing things wrong when they're just trying to exist and survive and live a normal life without getting fucking shot or fucked over or whatever. It's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. It makes me mad. I don't know what to do about it because I'm just one person with no power. Like, I'll never be able to join, I'll never be able to go into politics because of all the outrageous shit I've said, both on Twitter and on this podcast. But, that's the thing that we have to do to tell the truth, roast shitty people, those types of things. Speaking of roasting shitty people, we got a couple of Karen videos to go over here. If you're down for that. So here we go. We got some Karens, keeping up with the Karens, and then if I remember, we have a special musical guest. The musical guest is me. We're gonna try that, see how that goes. So yeah, here, let's get into it.
Guys. Sam, are you okay? Sam, are you okay?
No, she won't leave, Joe.
What's the problem now? What's the problem now?
The problem is the videos. You need to either stop recording them and posting them, or you need to pay me for posting them.
I'm not paid. I don't get paid. I don't get paid. I'm not gonna pay you.
Well,
you need to stop coming in here. If you want to keep getting recorded, I'm gonna keep recording you. Do you understand me? I'm recording right now.
My boyfriend to be here to take care of this.
Your boyfriend, bring your boy. Tell your boyfriend.
Oh my god. This drive-through? Is this McDonald's? Ooh, you're not gonna be served. I want my fucking burger. Are you a child? I want my fucking burger. I want my fucking burger now. You can wait. You can wait. I mean, listen, I know what, hangriness is definitely a real thing. I've seen it. I live with someone who gets very hangry. But this is a lot.
Hurry up, please. Please.
Oh.
The N-word? No, I did not say the N-word.
Yes, you did. We all heard you. We all heard you say it. We all heard you say it. You got your windows open. You yelled it. You said it to that lady who is black, who is they're understaffed, and you're calling them the N-word. Dogecoin just hit 40 cents. Or just hit 4 cents. Wait, 40 cents? It hit 40 cents? Oh, shit. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Sorry. I have my Robinhood open right now. It's going up 40 cents and change. I'm not going to say get into Dogecoin. This is not financial advice, but I am, and so far it's going pretty well. But, this shit can always crash whenever. That's the thing about crypto. You don't know. Anyways, this lady just said the N-word, called this other lady it, and what she expects she's still going to get served? Hell no.
No, I did not say the N-word. Look, I just want a hamburger.
They're going to spit in your hamburger if you stay there. You should just go somewhere else.
Fucking country, please hurry up. I'm not saying the N-word. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the N-word.
I'm not saying it, but I'm sorry about it. I'm not saying the N-word, but I'm sorry about the N-word. You see, she's not right in the head. Obviously, there's something wrong. I don't know what they're giving people these days for medications, but whatever it is, it's not good. And they need to rethink whatever they're prescribing this individual and others. Seems like a Xanax come down type thing.
I'm really sorry about the N-word. I just can't help myself sometimes.
I can't help myself sometimes. It's a long line. So that gives you the right to say the N-word? So every time there's a long line, if you're at the water park and there's a long line for the slide, you just start calling people the N-word? I don't get it. Like, there's no justification for doing that. There's not. There's really not. Especially to the people that are working their asses off at the drive-thru, understaffed, trying to serve everyone. What the fuck? Like, how do you expect to be served after that? They already told you, to leave. They told you to leave. You should be gone. They're not going to serve you. You called them the N-word. Get out.
It's just me. It's just me.
What an idiot.
Okay, well, it's illegal to take pictures of people that they don't have to give you permission. So, good to know. Do you want to delete it now, or do you want me to talk to someone about pursuing something with you? Since it's illegal what you just did. You can talk to security if you want. Okay, let's go. Let's go do that.
Oh, I'm not calling you. You can tell them what I look like and stuff.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'll just get a picture of you. Very nice. And I will go send that to security, and they will be out here.
What a psycho. Wait, made in Silver Lake. What is this? This looks. Oh, is this a nice little, cute little coffee shop? That's cool. I like this. Where is this? I want to go here. Is this in New York? Oh, what? She just walked in and started coughing on everyone? That's bioterrorism. You can't do that. You can't cough on people during COVID. You shouldn't cough on people no matter what. Probably going to be like rules about that going forward now that we're so, COVID conscious and infection conscious, you know what I mean? Contraction conscious. I don't know what to call it, but wow. That's fucking insane. Another drive-thru. She's not in a car, and she looks like she's there regularly. I don't know why she's standing at the drive-thru yelling at this dude, but apparently they got something wrong. That's what I'm getting out of this.
This lady is losing her mind at Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Okay.
She's in the drive-thru.
Oh, jeez.
They're asking her to bring her food bag back so they can make sure they guaranteed her order, and she's melting down.
Why are you melting down at Taco Bell? Like, I've gotten the wrong order plenty of times at Taco Bell, and you know what I do? You know what I do when I get the wrong order at Taco Bell? I eat it. I eat it because I know it's going to be fucking delicious, and I don't care that much. Yeah, I'm bummed. I'm like, oh man, they didn't have the quesarito. Like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And then I look and I'm like, oh, okay, there's just 2 tacos. That's good. Like, I'll eat that. Whatever. Like, similar price. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna fucking lose my shit about this.
Oh my gosh.
Why it isn't dead from a heart attack? Like, she lives her life.
I can't, dude. This COVID got people going crazy.
Why are you?
To be fair,
What are you getting at Taco Bell? It's $70. Are you buying the whole store? Did you buy the Taco Bell? Do you now own the franchise? Like, what are you buying at Taco Bell? Everything there is like $5. Like, at most. That's not true. Quesadilla is like $8.99. But you get what I mean. Like, what do you get? Why are you getting $70 worth of Taco Bell? That's ridiculous. And then getting mad about this. Like, what?
He was wearing a mask when she first started yelling.
Oh my god. $70 for dinner for my family. Oh my god. This is stressing me out.
Oh my goodness.
I would love to be the dude in the car right now recording this. Like that would be an adventure. That just seems like such a highlight of the day.
Yo, this lady is mad. About
Mad.
Taco Bell.
So mad.
You stopped my dinner. You stopped my meal. And most people don't spend $70 at a fast food joint.
That's true. Most
Yeah, that is true. So why are you doing it?
people don't spend $70 at Taco Bell.
It's literally impossible.
And she had a $70 order, and she said that they forgot to put in 9 burrito supremes. And she's like, check my card. It's on my card. And they're like, please be respectful and we'll help you. And she's like melting down. This lady is inhibiting me from my Taco Bell. Oh, look, he got the receipt.
Oh, see.
Uh-oh. Let's see.
Hmm.
Who's she on the phone to?
I have no idea who she's on the phone with.
Oh, is she gonna be wrong? I hope she's wrong. So cringe.
Oh. She's mad because she's wrong.
Oh, you're wrong, bitch.
They're wrong. They gave her the receipt. It's not on there, lady.
Mic drop.
I know, those poor window people, right? They're just like, please be respectful. Wow. Have a nice day, lady.
She doesn't need any more Taco Bell.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm going to call the fucking police on you.
Call him. You'll get arrested. Call him. Call him. I didn't touch you. I didn't touch you. Do it. Do it. Karen. You almost hit me and flicked a cigarette at me.
So what? Because you fucking yelled at me.
That's mature. Karen, why don't you get in the car and go safely home without hitting anybody else?
Looks like you hit me. I think you did. Looks like you hit me today. I hit you? I think you did.
Yeah, I think we all saw it.
Yeah, you hit me. No, you did that.
Yeah, you hit me. I got witnesses. You hit me.
I'm shaking and so
Uh-oh.
furious right now.
Oh, no,
after
why?
Talking to my doctor, I had just a phone visit because I was wanting to get a prescription for hydroxychloroquine.
Oh, no. It doesn't work, lady. It doesn't fucking work. You're so stupid. Of course you listen to Donald Trump. You're so stupid. Oh, my God. Get a fucking grip.
Just in case. Not now, but just in case, I wanted to make sure that he was okay with prescribing that. And, I just discovered my doctor to be suffering from Trump derangement syndrome, and he...
What?
He was
you're diagnosing... You're diagnosing your doctor? You're diagnosing your doctor. These women are fucking delusional. I'm saying women because they're the ones that act out and record this shit. The men, they do a different thing. They get violent. The women, they like try to diagnose the person that is actually right with some shit that they found on Google that doesn't even make any sense. That's what she's doing right now. It's fucked up.
He said that the president is crazy.
Yes.
And
yes.
that
the president is crazy and you're psychopathic for believing him.
he's being irresponsible with people's lives.
Oh my God.
And believe me, I gave him
Get a grip.
A dose of my outrage and tried to share some.
So you had a tantrum with the doctor? Is that what I'm getting from this? I tried to give him a dose of my outrage. You can't Don't do this to me. Like that. That was a dose.
Actual
I want to talk to the
facts
doctor.
with him, but you know how that works with people who are under the Trump derangement.
He's like, ma'am, I can't prescribe you this and the 500 grams of Xanax that I'm giving you. I'm sorry, I can't mix those two. You have one or the other, and you seem to like the one with the wine. That gets you nice and fucked up like this. So there's nothing we can do. Sorry.
Syndrome virus, and under the spell. So I'm sorry, I'm very, very upset right now, but I really think that this needs to get out there, that we have doctors all over this country that are denying,
That are doing their jobs and giving you the correct information and telling you that the president is not a doctor. He doesn't know what hydroxychloroquine does. You think he knows? No, he doesn't. I don't know why he pushed that as the magic drug. He just wanted to get us out of COVID as fast as possible with something so he could act like it was going away. And that didn't work because over 500,000 people. What are we at? 600,000 now? We're probably at like 600,000 people dead at this point. So, no, lady, you are deranged. You have the derangement syndrome. You are the one that needs help. Your doctor is doing their job. They're the ones at the front lines of this COVID shit. They're the ones that actually know what's going on. They went to school to understand the science of how the body works. So why would you know better than them what works? Always. They think they know more than the doctor. It's like, what the fuck? Even my mom does that. Like with vaccination, or would do that with me with vaccinations. Like she knows better than the doctor about like whether or not I should be vaxxed. What? No. That's ridiculous. Trust the fucking people who are the authority on the science. And if you don't trust it coming directly from them, do your own research with reputable sources, science journals, textbooks, whatever the fuck you use that isn't Breitbart or whatever. QAnon. QAnon is not a source. QAnon is not a source you can cite. Sorry.
Us the right to try when we have the legal right to try.
Just try any pill you want.
So I don't know who I'm talking to, President Trump or the Justice Department or, certainly nobody in my state.
They talk to President Trump like he's God. President Trump, if you see this, please answer my calls.
You will hear me. I'm in Washington State in Seattle. Anyways, more shall be revealed.
When? What? Oh shit, eluding. Jeez, what happened? Damn. See, guys, it's not just black people looting, okay? That is not right. That right there, what we just saw, that was a white lady. She fucking stole a whole lamp. She stole a whole lamp. That white lady stole a whole lamp, yet black people are the only ones that get the blame. No, I saw like 10 white people running in there, like, free stuff. Yeah, they're not gonna blame me. I'll be fine. I'll get away with it because I'm white and nothing ever happens to me. Everyone else will get the blame. Why do I sound like Ted Cruz? But fuck, man, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Alright, so we got a couple things to do here. We got a relationship advice that we can look at, where hopefully I don't, get too angry. And then I've got a little musical performance here for you guys. So that's cool. That's some cool stuff going on there. Um, let me just set that up. Okay. All right. So I got this relationship advice. What? My boyfriend yelled at a secretary and called him a FAGGOT for rescheduling him. As the title says, we've been in a long distance relationship for about 5 months, and this is the first time he's used that word, but that story completely turned me off. I immediately told him that he shouldn't have yelled at the secretary or called him that name, but he didn't seem very concerned about it. I think he was more annoyed that I had said anything, saying, I've told you I'm not a nice person, like it's an excuse. Damn, this dude sounds like me. I say that a lot. I'm like, I told you I'm a dick. You know this about me. I'm a dick, honey. Honey, I'm a douchebag. That's my persona. But it's not a good excuse. It's really not a good excuse. I do it jokingly. But I'm surprised because he's normally so kind and understanding, but recently I've been catching him talking like that more, referring to women as that bitch or some pussy. Like, I can't believe he ditched me for some pussy. Like, he misses his friends. He wants to talk to his friend. No, I'm kidding. I shouldn't be sticking up for this guy. I'm worried because I do love him and care about him. But the way he talks sometimes makes me worry that I'm starting to see his true character. And completely makes me want to run. We've talked about sensitive topics before, and we're very good at communicating, but I guess I'm afraid to bring it up. How would you bring this up to your significant other? Edit, thank you for all the replies, all mostly saying the same thing, and I agree with you. I won't tolerate that kind of behavior. I'm going to talk with them tonight, then I'll update them. Okay, so, yeah, you gotta, if that is bothering you, which you have every right to be bothered by that, because you should never call somebody that. That's really, like, dehumanizing, and it's just not nice. It's not cool. That's a mean word. And you shouldn't be calling somebody that for rescheduling you. That's ridiculous. So, you have to sit down and talk to him and be like, I will not put up with that kind of shit. You cannot do that because that is not something that I want to be a part of. And you have to say it like that and hope that he respects that and changes. If not, if he keeps doing it, then you got to rethink the whole relationship. And that's what I would do there. Um, because, yeah, that's just not, you don't want to call somebody that, especially if they're gay. Like, come on. That's mean. So, uh, yeah, he's not, he seems like a dick. I don't know. I don't know the guy. He's got some issues going on. So, anyways, we're gonna close out the show with this. So I've been working on some music the last couple of days, just trying to trying to enjoy it a little bit and trying to draw from some periods of time in my life where things did suck, so I could make an emotional song, without having to make shit up. You know what I mean? Because it was time to make some more music. It was time to do something, put something out there, because I need to for this career, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Um, what is this? Highlight your best content. Featured. How do you feature things? Like go to music. Sorry, I'm on Loom right now, so I'm like pin track to profile. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the song I've been working on the last couple of days. It's about when I was in college and people get their hearts broken in college and high school and all that stuff. So, yeah, that's what this is about. Here you go. Grab another cigarette. Don't even need to make my bed. There's no one I need to impress. No one. The times have changed these couple months. I can't believe you've come and gone. I guess that this was always bound to come. And I feel fine. Don't even in my life. I've got no time if you are gone. And I know I fucked it all up in your eyes, but it's alright because I'll say you're wrong. You broke my trust that winter day. The punctured heart and so much pain. I tried to drink it all away. Sent you a message, it went green. Guess I was turned, you had to leave from this relationship machine. Drive around on summer days, the windows down with opening, thinking about the trips we used to take. That parking lot was a mistake. Ran into you and saw your face. You didn't say anything, I felt ashamed. You broke my trust that winter day. The punctured heart and so much pain. I tried to drink it all away. Sent you a message, it went green. Guess I was turned, you had to leave from this relationship machine. I feel fine. Don't even in my life. I've got no time if you are gone. And I know I fucked it all up in your eyes, but it's alright because I say you're wrong. You broke my trust that winter day. The punctured heart and so much pain. I tried to drink it all away. Sent you a message, it went green. Guess I was turned, you had to leave from this relationship machine. Fuck this relationship machine. Fuck this relationship machine. All right, that was that. That was the musical performance. And thank you so much for listening to the Short News Podcast. That will do it for this episode. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you very, very much. I will see you in a couple of days. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday and Wednesday. You can follow me at Alex Madore on Instagram, whatever. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets from Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SP56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.